Alright, welcome to another video from Adopted to Pakistan. This video is on MDG 8, which is Global Partnerships. We're going to focus a lot today on Pakistan's global partnerships, their partners, and also its programs both from Pakistan and from other countries around the world that are helping Pakistan and helping people around them. So let's get started with some general information before we get into our tour. So MDG 8, here's what the UN's website says about it. Goal 8 envisions fostering cooperation between countries for attaining the MDGs, or the goals, in resource-constrained countries like Pakistan. So basically, what the goal focuses on is all of us working together for the common goal of helping countries like Pakistan to continue to improve. Help them get out of debt, help them uh, with medical help, with military help, with trade, with food, with education, and so on. Just as an example, let's see. It says here from the UN's website, targets relating to connectivity have shown remarkable improvement. For example, cellular phones. It's reached 68%. 68% of the country has cellular phones. Total number of broadband subscribers has touched 2.5 million. Total number of telephone subscribers, both fixed line and cellular, was 128.1 million, including 122.1 million having cell phones, and it's only increasing. So yeah, that's just general information of how they're doing. We're going to go into some more specifics of how they're doing and who's helping them out. So Pakistan is the second largest Muslim country in terms of population, and its status as a declared nuclear power, being the only Islamic nation to have that status, plays a part in its international role. So this is where Pakistan stands in regards to global partnerships and international relations. It's seen as a nuclear power, and it's the second largest Muslim country, so they're doing great. So far, Pakistan has a fiercely independent foreign philosophy, especially when it comes to issues such as development of nuclear weapons, nuclear reactors, military. When it comes to their own national interests, they like to keep to themselves. But they don't turn down help either. Um, they they have a strategic advantage. They help people with oil supplies. They're a huge oil supplier. They have resources, and they are an oil-rich central for Asian countries nearby. So that's where a lot of Pakistan gets its revenue. It is also its memberships with organizations with other countries. For example, it's a member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation with other Islamic countries, and it's also an ally in the war against terrorism with us, with the United States. We're actually going to go into that right now. So let's start our tour. Off to, well, this will be new. Our first place is actually not in Pakistan. Our first stop in the tour is the United States. So I just picked the White House just as a good reference point. So what I want to focus on is the relationship the United States has had with Pakistan after 2001, after the September 11 attacks. President Bush and of the United States and President Musharraf from Pakistan teamed together on the quote-unquote war on terror. Pakistan helped the United States capture and imprison several terrorists, and Pakistan has been a huge benefactor from this. For example, President Musharraf quoted in his journals, "We've captured 689 and handed over 369 to the United States." These are terrorists he's talking about. "We've earned bounties totaling millions of dollars." That's a lot of good revenue for the country. In 2003, the U.S. forgave $100 billion of debt to Pakistan. And this was a gift to them for Pakistan helping the United States on the war on terror. Um, they've they've striven to have a good long-term partnership. In fact, with the forgiveness of the debt and the partnership with the fight against terror, um, U.S. Ambassador Nancy Powell said the new relationship between the United States and Pakistan is not just about September 11th. It is about a rebirth of a long-term partnership between our two countries, and that partnership has continued and is strengthening every day. Pakistan is one of the biggest allies that the United States has as part of the war of terrorism, and is actually one of the leading recipients of U.S. aid. So we actually give Pakistan a lot of aid, all kinds of foreign aid, military aid, medical aid, in gratitude for them being our ally and helping us out. Currently, right now, President Barack Obama is trying to move finances to not be just military aid. In fact, the kind of aid he wants to give is non-military because he wants to focus more on strengthening their democratic government in Pakistan and strengthening civil institutions and the general economy in Pakistan. Put an aid program. Basically, President Obama wants the aid from the United States to be a more broader in scope help for Pakistan than just the military, which is very, very good. I'm sure Pakistan will appreciate that. So, the next place we want to focus on is Germany. Germany is one of the next global partners. There's Pakistan has tons of global partners, but I'm only focusing on these three because they actually mean something to us. We live in the United States. Um, my family and I, we love learning German. And then the next place I'll get to, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So Germany and Pakistan, they are diplomatic and bilateral relations. That means they are partner countries. They're allies with each other. And this partnership has been going on since the 1940s. So they've been partners for a long time. This partnership is based on mutual friendship, cultural and mutual cooperation in social, education, and economic developments. Um, uh, as of current, Germany has an embassy in Islamabad. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the actual embassy itself, but here's Islamabad that we're going to right now. Okay, and then they've also got consulate generals, just places of governmental influence. In let's go to some of these. We've got them in Karachi. Give it a second as it gets over there. Lahore is another one. We're gonna just spin through past these because we got lots to talk about today. Peshawar is another one. Peshawar right there. And Quetta. And then finally, this I was able to find. Pakistan has an embassy in Germany. In fact, it's in Berlin. Let's go take a look at that. Cool. All right, and then Pakistan also has other government buildings in Hamburg, which we're going to go to now, and a place called Brandenburg. But we're just going to focus on Hamburg here. There we go. Oh, so a little more information on that. Um, there is one small issue with their relationship. The governments are fine with each other, but as for the actual population, 5% of Germans actually view this Pakistani influence positively, and the rest of the country kind of sees it in a negative view. But they're getting past their differences. As they've built their relations, Germany and Pakistan, they they're actually a really warm partnership. They've It's almost like good friends after a very long time. For example, Germany is home to over 35,000 Pakistani immigrants. And on the flip side of that, over 1,200 Germans reside in Pakistan, mostly in Karachi and Lahore and Peshawar, which we've already looked at. Germany maintains a healthy diplomatic presence in the country. It has Germany has an embassy in Islamabad, which again we've already looked at. Some of their economic relations. Uh, they have a lot of economical and financial cooperation between each other. It's very good. For example, they're trade partners. In fact, there's a trading investment exceeding 2.3 billion euros between the two countries, and Germany is Pakistan's fourth largest trade partner. Okay, we're going to move on to the Czech Republic. This is the third partnership I wanted to focus on because this is where I served my mission. The Czech Republic and Pakistan's relations go back to 1950 when Czech Republic and Slovakia were still one country as Czechoslovakia. But the relations were reestablished with the country of the Czech Republic in 1991. Pakistan has an embassy in Prague, so let's go take a look at that. And I don't know why, but it's really hard to find actual 3D images in Pakistan, but everywhere else I can find images just fine. Okay, so here's the embassy in Prague for Pakistan. And the Czech Republic has an embassy in Islamabad. So, a little bit about their trade. Trade between the countries annually is about 100 million US dollars. Czech's major imports uh, from Pakistan. So, let's see. Yeah, so Pakistan gives to the Czech Republic textile and leather, and Pakistan receives from the Czech Republic machinery, paper and paperboard, electrical and electronic equipment. The Czech Republic has also made an investment in medical equipment and pharmaceuticals and textiles in Pakistan. So, Czech Republic and Pakistan have also been working together on medical supplies and information. Czech Republic and Pakistan also have a defense partnership. They've signed what's called a memorandum of understanding to increase military and defense between the two countries. They're military allies as well. All right, so those are the three partnerships. Now I want to move on to some NGOs. An NGO is a non-governmental organization. These are several organizations from around the world and including in Pakistan that are striving to help Pakistan's well-being. For example, one of them is called Tela Talim. It's in partnership with Save the Children, another organization. They've been working to support literacy among the Pakistani people. And as we've seen with the other information on my website, literacy has been a big hurdle, a big struggle for the people of Pakistan. So they are striving to, for example, they are making a webinar, like a seminar on the web, and it will explain a theory that the people running this program have created, Dr. Imran Zualkaman and Ms. Sehar Taimur, and will explain their theory of change that stipulates that numeracy um, in communities can be improved by a real-time approach with a tight feedback loop that addresses children, parents, and community. So this means that their plan is to focus more with literacy and teaching them math, numeracy, with focused people in mind, children, parents, and the community all at the same time. They're going to implement advanced learning technologies to enable and enhance educational systems, and they're working with global IBM faculty research, and they're providing technical assistance to all projects under education and child development. And overall, they're just focusing on helping Pakistan's education and literacy problems. If you'd like to learn more about that, please visit teletaleem, TELETALEEM.com and www.savethechildren.net. Okay, some other NGOs in Pakistan can be found by searching on the internet and Google for uh, NGOs in Pakistan. I'm going to talk about just a few more. First one I want to focus on is Braille Without Borders. It's an international organization for the blind. It was founded in Lhasa, Tibet. All right, so Braille Without Borders, its mission is to give hope and practical skills to blind people, especially in developing countries like Pakistan. And I don't know if they have Braille in Urdu, Pakistan's language, yet, but Pakistanians also learn a lot of English, and Braille is in English. And also, Braille Without Borders, whenever they don't have Braille in a particular language, like Urdu, they're striving even now to develop such a Braille language. And they're helping Pakistan and other countries around them as well. All right, moving on. The next NGO I want to talk about is CARE, CARE. CARE. CARE is a major international humanitarian agency. They've been around since 1945, and they strive they are the largest and oldest humanitarian aid organization, and they are focused on fighting global poverty. And they've been supporting over 880 poverty fighting projects over the last several years. They've been working in 90 different countries, reaching over 72 million different people. They were focused originally in Europe, but then they spread out, and they've been, for example, other projects now are focused in India, Pakistan included, and Mexico. So they provide a lot of humanitarian aid for Pakistan. All right, moving on to another one, Heart to Heart International. It's actually a United States-based humanitarian organization, and it works to improve health and to respond to the needs of disaster victims worldwide. There have been floods and earthquakes in Pakistan, and the Heart to Heart organization has been a huge help. Heart to Heart is actually based in Olathe, Kansas. Forgive me, all you Kansas people, if I pronounce this incorrectly. But here's Olathe, Kansas, where Heart to Heart is stationed. Over the past 3 years, Heart to Heart has distributed medical aid to Pakistan, including several other countries that are nearby. Okay, the next one I want to focus on is actually from Pakistan. It's called I Donate, and it is stationed in Lahore, in Pakistan. I Donate is a nonprofit organization in Pakistan that helps people with blood donations and community service, education, income. This is very beneficial because a lot of Pakistan is in need of good medical aid, and this nonprofit organization is crucial and so helpful in finding blood donors and getting that donated blood to the people who need it most. Other projects they've worked on, for example, 2013, I Donate helped 150 widows in Pakistan with free food. They spent a day with special children at Rising Sun Institute for special children. The I Donate team spent a day with homeless people in Lahore, donated wheelchairs in Lahore to special children and deserving people. And what makes them global is that I Donate also sponsors the world record mission of the world's largest human blood group. So they work with other blood donation companies as well. Okay, the last one I want to focus on is the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement, which is the world's largest humanitarian organization. This movement has the Red Cross and Red Crescent societies. Pakistan has a Red Crescent Society, and it was founded in 1947, right after Pakistan was found its independence. The Pakistan Red Crescent Society is stationed in Islamabad. So, some of the things that the Pakistan Red Crescent Society works on in connection with the Red Cross is it helps millions of Pakistani people overcome disease and disaster. This is crucial to helping the other MDGs to fight disease. It also supports Pakistani people by including food, clean water, and medical services. Um, One thing, for example, in 2010, Pakistan had one of its largest floods in history, and the Red Crescent Society provided the Pakistani people with food and water. They also joined with the Red Cross and gave $100,000 in aid to combat the devastation of this flood. And then in 2014, the Pakistan Red Crescent Society in Sindh, I'm going to go over there, Sindh, I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but okay. It In 2014, it was in association with the JDC Welfare Organization and provided medical aid to 300 mourners with doctors, paramedical staff, and volunteers during a 2-day medical camp in connection with the Yom e Ashur at the Numesh Chowrangi, Karachi. And that is actually where we are going to end our tour today. Pakistan has its struggles, but all of these different organizations and their global partnerships, they are doing great help for Pakistan. And they will continue to increase and do well. They are making progress. It might not be as fast as needed, but progress is there. And the Pakistani people are doing awesome. Thank you.